Hello and welcome to Arena Budget Magic. We are going with Golgari Cat or Cat Oven combo for those who don't know. So, why this deck, Cat Oven? Well, it's a resilient combo, and what the key combo of this deck is, it's built around Yagra, the Eater of All, and the Cauldron Familiar. So, for those who don't know, Cauldron Familiar, when it enters, each opponent loses a life and we gain a life. And it has the ability we can sack a food to return a Cauldron Familiar from the graveyard to the battlefield. Now obviously we combine it with Witch's Oven to generate like a near infinite synergy. However, Yigra gives us the ability to go infinite because Yigra gives each other creature the ability of being a food in addition to its other types. So what this means is if we have a Cauldron Familiar on the battlefield and one in our graveyard, we can sack the one on the battlefield to reanimate the one from the graveyard, and the two swap positions, basically making infinite drain, infinite sack, and infinitely huge Yigra because it gets bigger and harder to move. So obviously, as you can see, it's a very interesting self-mill line. When it's fully upgraded, it's easy to pivot into several other decks. You can go into Jund Sacrifice, Rakdos Sacrifice. There's a full food list and other things you can mess around with. It's also a good removal base to build from. If you fully upgrade this deck, you will end up with a full playset of Fort Seizes, the best removal that you can use in the format, and other effects like that. But yes, that is a key combo of the deck. So, this is what our budget version of the deck looks like. As you can see here, we are running 4 Mythic, 10 Rare, 17 Uncommon, and 44 Common. Now, key things to point out in this deck. We are at the max for Mythics because this deck needs Yigra. That's the key Mythic and you need a playset of him. Plus, in terms of rare, we're using Gilded Goose to boost things up, but another key one is the Scavenger's Talent. For those who don't know, Scavenger's Talent is a 1 mana class that when it enters, it has the ability that first time a creature dies you make a food, which is great with our Cauldron Familiar synergies. We can level it up to give the ability that whenever we sack a permanent, target player mills to. 9 times out of 10 that will be us, because we want to mill and get Cauldron Familiars in the graveyard to set up for the combo. And finally, it has level 3 Saga that at the beginning of your end step, you can sack 3 other non-land permanents and reanimate something with a finality counter. That's a great synergy because that means in the end step you can still go off. For example, if you use that ability to reanimate a Yigra Infinite Eater of All and have the cat's ability is not restricted by sorcery speed, so you can go off in your end step and win from there. So, really good build around. But how does this deck stack against the fully optimized deck? Well, a full deck, Golgari optimal deck, will run you back 9 Mythics, 41 Rares, 12 Uncommons, and 11 Commons, which is insanity. And as I've said before, our deck here, we got it down to 4 Mythics, 10 Rares, 17 Uncommons, and 44 Commons, which is pretty good. But this deck does contain the core bases of the combo, and if you play this deck, you will get a feel for how this deck plays if you want to then invest into fully upgrading it. So, let's do a play-by-play breakdown. Mythic, full playset of Yagra, the Eater of All. Key essential part of the deck, the combo that basically makes the deck run, must have 4 of, no more to say. In our rare slots, we have the Gilded Goose to act as a mana dork / food producer. Also, if Yigra is out, key thing to remember, Gilded Goose will let us sack any other creature to add mana, so it's a nice little synergy there. The Scavenger's Talent we discussed in detail, and it's all abilities there. Finally, we have 2 in the sideboard for Bontu's Last Reckoning. This is more of a catch-all against super aggressive, low-to-the-ground decks, where, you know, for example, a tribal deck, for example, the Merfolk list that people are playing currently, or the Humans lists. Turn 3, just wipe the board and buy yourself some time. In our uncommon slot, so we have only 8 in the uncommon slot. We have Fatal Push as our catch-all removal spell. We can easily trigger Revolt in this deck. We are sacking stuff left and right, so it's super easy. And the Witch's Oven, which lets us sack a creature to create a food. So obviously, people are aware of the synergy that you sack a Cauldron Familiar to make a food that lets you then sack that food to reanimate the Cauldron Familiar from there. In our sideboard for removal, we're running a split between Heartless Act and Ravenous Chupacabra. Heartless Act is more of a catch-all for the Black Demons decks. Originally, it was nice to remove free counters from the Archfiend of Drosses, but they've been cutting those, so not as good. The other one is Ravenous Chupacabra. It's a removal spell that also works as a body that we can either reanimate with our synergies or sack it to other effects. But yes, not too bad. Now into our commons. Right. So we have full playsets of the Greedy Freebooter, which is just a little 1/1, but when it dies we scry one and make a treasure token. So we don't care about it passing it or letting it die or sacking it to other stuff. It also ramps us and lets us dig pretty decent. Then we have full playsets of Deadly Dispute. We can sack a creature or an artifact to draw 2 cards and create a treasure. Obviously, turn 1 Greedy Freebooter into Deadly Dispute can ramp us really quickly up to a 5 mana or higher. We then have 8 cards for the milling. We have Commune with the Gods and Cash Grab. These basically let us mill things and return permanents. Commune with the Gods lets us get a creature or an enchantment, and Cash Grab lets us get a permanent. So again, just ways to fill our graveyard, dig down and keep going like that. In our sideboard we have a full playset of Duress for control-y matchups to try and snipe out any sideboard graveyard hate they might bring in. And then we have a full playset of Atraxa's Fall to take out basically artifact enchantments, troubles like Rest in Peace or other things that might completely hit us out. Our mana base is 7 basic forests, 9 basic swamps, and 4 Strangled Cemetery as a nice little tap land that just helps us cover our colours. Aside from that, it's a pretty straightforward deck. We'll move to gameplay and show you how this deck plays and if you want to get involved. Alright. Not mono red. Who's gonna bet it's mono red? Alright. We're playing our sack deck, so let's see if we can get anywhere with a Greedy Freebooter and mono red. No, white. Ooh, interesting. Okay, let's scavenge just Allant, because that's going to be an interesting start with. We'll hold back. I'm happy to block when I can, but for right now I need to try and... Immune is a little awkward, because it doesn't give us anything. Right, yep, a lot of hopeful initiates here, so the odds of our thing surviving are really low. Well, we've hit... Well, we hit all 3 Ygras. Okay, yeah, we hit... Whatever, guys. That was stupid, but hilarious at the same time. So, yeah, this deck runs 3 Ygritte Eater of All, and we literally, no joke, hit all 3 of them, one after another. It did actually, do we run 4? I can't remember. Alright. They're scrying and putting away at the top. Coppercoat Vanguard, very good. Right, so I get a push. So, let's commune with the gods again. Well, we found a goose. We like a goose. So, let's play a goose. And while we're on, we might as well push the guard that gives plus everything. And then pass it back. We could really do with having the Cauldron Familiar or the Freebooter particular die. Brutal Kafar. Oh, he's gonna take the cat. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay, fine, we've got to take the hit here, which sucks, but we don't really have a choice. I guess we've got to just play this. And then hold back. Problem is, though, if they have another Riddle Kafar in their hand, then we're just in trouble, I think. Warden of the Sky, yep. Okay, tap it down. 5/6. And they have to get lost. Yep, of course they do. Okay. Excessive food. Okay, then we got no choice but to try this. Let's go 2, and then upgrade it to level 3. We can't afford to do nothing, so we'll go to the end step. Then we'll sack 1, 2, 3, and then return a Yigra. We will mill cards. We will mill cards. We will mill cards. Okay, we hit a cat. So if we cat target this. Okay, they concede to the combo. Right. This, well, tracks is full, I guess, because I'm guessing they're going to bring in some stuff. Actually, we don't know what they're going to bring in yet, so let's just leave the initial combo in here and see what happens from there. They weren't dead there. They could have played on, but I'm guessing the fact that we had a way to get the cat back, sacking the freebooter would also give us a treasure we could sack. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why I said we are more afraid of exile removal than killing removal. Let's get a little swig of this drink while we're waiting. Oh, are we going to have a little salty quit out on us for our first? Nope. Alright, so we are probably going to get steamroll super speed now. So, what we're going to need to do is have a handful of removal. This has singular removal, so I'm guessing that's okay for now. Not too bothered about a novice inspector. So let's just get the scavenger talent down, because this should warrant them taking action against us. Or do they try to... Yeah, okay, they play the copper coat. Okay with that. Play land. We will push the guard immediately. So they play another copper coat. Very good. Take another 2. Their land here. We'll play a freebooter. Then we will push the copper goat and pass it back. Play another land here. Portable hole. You really should have probably gone for the scavenger's talent. Okay, we get 4 here. Let's get a greedy freebooter out. Put that into play. Destroy evil. That's fine. Like I've said. Rest in peace. Yep. Hardly the worst. I'm thinking that, does the death trigger still happen? I'm not sure. No. Interesting. Alright, we need another land. Okay, let's mill. Does this still work? So yes, we can choose. So let's take a land. Play a land. We can pass it back. Right, we definitely need the Atraxas Fall then. Now we know what they bring in. Second Rest in Peace, yeah. Yeah, it's not the worst. They have to sack a creature to kill it. Okay. So how many have we lost to the mill? 1, 2. We still have 2 in the deck, or 1 in the deck. Oh, they drew the perfect thing. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's that makes sense. Yeah. Of course. And they have a Brutal Bar. Oh, we got a Cauldron Familiar at least. I guess we can survive a turn here. Okay. Block the free. And we Deadly Dispute in response. We find Scavenger's Talent, which isn't bad. Not the best. Not the worst. Yes, we're just gonna have to sack this, see if we can find some other stuff. Now we can see there. Right, so it's easy enough. We know they're bringing in the Rest in Peace. We bring in the Atraxas Fall. In fact, we switch it up now. So we take in Atraxas Fall and Duresses as additional hand hate. Then we bring in a Confectioner. And we take out... Actually, no, we take out you. Then we take out our grab effects here. Actually, no, we need the grab effects. Let's take out the disputes here. And then run it back like that. So we need Duresses and Atraxas Falls in the opening hand. That'll do, I guess. So we can Duress on one. Take away that Get Lost. They play a Hopeful Initiate. We can just immediately push that. So we go Witch's Oven, Greedy Freebooter, pass it back. We could have really used the land there, game. Land would have really helped us. United Peacekeeper's fine. which is oven. Wait. Oh, it costs 2 more to activate. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, my goal here is to get... no, because I need land, game. I need land. Oh, you swear-wording piece of crap. Are you kidding me? Fine. Are you actually being real right now? Are you seriously not going to give me lands? If he top decks a goddamn thing now after you've just completely dunked on me for these games, yeah, I'm just dead because you don't want to give us lands. Wow, so nice of you, game. Okay, so we lose. Yeah. Here's the deal, if you're playing these budget decks, you've got to be prepared for the fact that you will literally just not get to play 9 times out of 10. And it's the sad truth of the economy on Arena, is that you will literally sit here for many games and literally just go, and nothing's happening. And I think these are the perfect endorsements of why you should just never bother playing anything other than the ranked queue. Because you look at all of these right now, if you look at all of these matches we're going to play today, we'll run into people just running the fully optimized decks. Okay, you can get a Deadly Dispute. What is this? Is this just a Black Devotion deck? Yeah, it's Black Demons. Oh, of course it's Black Demons. Alright, that'll do. Draw that. Push it. Just run out Ygritte here. And then run out of Scavenger's Talent. So this is mono Black Demons. So they've probably got the house. No, just another unstoppable killer. Sure, that makes sense. That makes so much sense. And there's a Death Toucher. Of course there's a Death Toucher. Sure, sure. Oh, I hate the design of this bloody card. Oh, and they have a Bloodletter, so we just lose. Yeah, we just fucking lose. Actually, we don't. So we let this hit us. And we lose half our life, rounded up. Wait. Oh, it's not a delayed trigger. Yeah, I think we can call it here because we don't want to play the mono black. Okay, I guess I should just play it out. Yeah, we gotta play the best deck. We gotta play mono black demons in the casual queue with a budget deck. Nah, so here's the inherent problem with budget brewing on Arena. And it's the effing truth of it. There is no damn budget. Here's the deal. When we play in budget in paper or on MTGO, which is the superior way to actually goddamn play competitive formats, what happens is we don't have, say for example, a card. What can happen then is we can go, okay, well, if we don't want to spend 20 quid on, say, a Flage, we can spend the budget money on, for example, let's just say what you call it, spend the budget on a budget thing like a Croxer, which is a similar thing but does something different. But it's a similar power level. The problem with Arena is, well, you can't play budget on Arena. You have to just spend the money. And it honestly sucks. For a myriad of reasons, but most predominantly, I would say that one of the biggest reasons why is just because, well, yeah. It's like I said, these decks aren't here to win any events. They're not going to show you anything insane. What they're going to do is show you how a basic deck works in principle. So how you saw in the last games we played. And here comes the slasher, because, oh no, they didn't have the slasher. What the hell is this? An opponent didn't have the miraculous perfect play? I'm shocked. Deal X damage, gain X life, okay? That creates food. I will respond to the commune of the gods. I'll put Yeager into my hand. Alright, we have the combo, if we can pull it off. Archfiend of Dross. Okay. That's easy enough to get round. So they think they're safe here. And they kind of offer a little bit, so. Let's just wait. Okay, blow the oracles up. We'll respond by doing that. We will mill 2. And we will fatal push the Archfiend of the Dross. Awesome. So now we play the cat. Sack this. We will mill 2. Okay. And now we have our degenerate combo established. Let's make them mill 2. And we'll look at their entire deck. Alright. Alright, they brought it in and invoked Despair. Let's keep looking at their graveyard. Just get more info from them. Then we will mill them. Alright, they finally conceded that. Right, so that's what the deck can do. We got pretty lucky there, and our opponent took like no actions for the first 3 turns. We got very lucky. God, you gotta not be. Alright. No land, of course. All land, no color. Alright, we're down to 5. Okay, well, I guess we're doing this. I'm not keeping the Deadly Dispute because if I keep the dispute, we will never draw a creature. And yep, they have a turn 1 Forties. We had to multi 5, so we've already lost this game. Forties is the must-buy card if you want to play on Arena in Pioneer. Like, genuinely, it's not even a joke at this point. I've said many times that that honestly, it's probably the card I think most should go to just weaken Black's insane hold on the format. Right, and they probably got the turn 4 kill here, so no, oh, they got an Annex, but no immediate kill on the Annex. Interesting. So Cat, Oven, and then we pass it back. Right, Archfiend of Dross. Okay, in response then we sack a cat. We will lose 2 life. Then we will revolt, kill their demon so they don't have a trigger for the Annex. Get this back, do a little bit more draining. We are not hitting well here. Right. Controversial decision, but we're probably going to have to sack the greedy freebooter here. There's no way that they don't... yeah, okay. Alright, Annex, give us something. Okay, well, that's the combo. But we can't actually perform the combo without dying because of their Archfiend. Okay, well. Right, so when that player, its controller, loses 2 life, so we would be losing life and gaining 1 life. Yeah, so they don't gain life, right? So hold on, let's see how this works. So we will lose 2. Yep. That'll come back in, we'll go up to 17, they go down to 12. So you know what? I have no clue. Let's find out. So 17, and they go down to 11, 16. So we got 15 here. Yeah, we got enough to kill them. Right, so they go down to 10. We stay on 15. We kill them through an Archfiend here, I think. They go down to 9, so it's 5 between us. They go down to 8. Yeah, 7. 6. Yep. Alright. Not a bad showing there, even though my little rant's going. But that's budget Yidra.